Good morning, everybody. Okay, so a continuation of our convention experience, I have had some questions on Copaiba. And so I want to spend some time today combing through the information, sharing some great testimonials with you. And it's going to take me a little bit, so I'm going to give you some time to get on here. But as I have done this, I really thought I would have been out the door a couple of hours ago. I had some things I needed to do before I do a health fair today, but I am astounded with all the information that is available on Copaiba. And so at any rate, join me here and look back on this video. So on our Creating a Healer in Every Home Facebook page, I have posted a few things ahead of time before I started this video on Copaiba, and the beauty that doTERRA now has Copaiba soft gels, pre-filled soft gels for your ease and use. Now, when this Copaiba came out last year at convention, we heard some really great things, and we heard primarily that Copaiba was pretty much great for anything, right? That it worked off of the endocannabinoid system. Now, with that word, endocannabinoid, we had a lot of confusion that Copaiba was a cannabis oil. That is not true, okay? Copaiba is not a cannabis oil. Has nothing to do with cannabis, but it has the beta-caryophyllene that actually works off of the endocannabinoid receptors in the body. Well, if you know anything about the endocannabinoid system, that is our internal mechanism for pain control, okay, for body regulation, for regulation of the nervous system. And so it's a wonderful system to be able to tap into with regards to an oil that would support it nutritionally, okay? So that's basically, I want you to think of the oils as cellular nutrition. And so Copaiba is a wonderful, wonderful oil, okay? So on the Facebook post about Copaiba, I have there written, okay, copied from the doTERRA website, that traditionally Copaiba has been administered orally to promote the health of cardiovascular, immune, digestive, respiratory, and nervous systems. When taken internally, Copaiba essential oil may be calming, soothing, and supportive to the nervous system. Antioxidant support of Copaiba essential oil promotes healthy immune function and response while supporting cellular health and function. The many benefits Copaiba soft gels provide to the body also include supporting the healthy functioning of the circulatory system and soothing anxious feelings. Copaiba soft gels are easy to swallow and provide a convenient way to receive the internal benefits of Copaiba essential oil. So the recommendations, you can take 1 to 2 drops of the Copaiba oil under your tongue morning and night, or you can take a soft gel morning and night. That's the recommendations, okay? So it's now available in the 15 milliliter bottle, and it's a limited time offering. So you can get 1 bottle of Copaiba oil per account per month. Okay, so it is not something you can leave on your template or leave in your cart. It will go away if you log off or save your order. It will go away. You have to put it in your cart and order it to be processed immediately. Okay, so that's how we've had the Copaiba for the last year. Okay, and so now we add the soft gels to it. Okay, so at convention, and I have several pictures here for you to look at on the website. So at convention, it talks about Copaiba is an essential oil rich in beta-caryophyllene. It talks about that it acts off of the CB1 and the CB2 receptors, okay? The CB1 receptors provide support for the brain, central nervous system, help with pleasure and pain. The CB2 receptors are primarily guarding the immune system, the gastrointestinal tract, the peripheral nervous system, the skin, that type of thing. That the beta-caryophyllene targets the outside of the endocannabinoid system, okay? And so we get effects on the cardiovascular system, the liver, and the brain systems, okay? Now, the key benefits of the Copaiba, it's a liver and antioxidant support, helps with cardiovascular health, sustains proper immune response, digestive support, supports proper neurological function, and proper respiratory function, okay? And the soft gels are now carrageenan-free. We've had a lot of concern of carrageenan, and I really, really loved Dr. Hill's comment on this. When I first got a first concern about, I thought it was carrageenan, but it's carrageenan. When I got the first concern, I emailed productsupport@doTERRA.com. And I want to give that to you, productsupport@doTERRA.com. If ever you have any concerns or questions about the products, concerns about how your body's tolerating or not tolerating them, want to make a complaint, whatever you have, questions about the products, email productsupport@doTERRA.com and they will respond. So when I had the first question about carrageenan in regard to the soft gels that doTERRA offers, I emailed product support, and what they indicated was that it was completely safe. Well, at convention this year, Dr. Hill reiterated that fact, that he has told us again and again and again that carrageenan is completely safe, that you get multiples of carrageenan if you eat a bowl of ice cream versus the teeny tiny minuscule amounts if you use the soft gels. Okay, so but he said, I'm tired of the fight, so now you get it carrageenan free. Okay, so that's what I have on the Creating a Healer in Every Home Facebook page. Now, here's what I did. I remembered after we got Copaiba at convention last year. A few weeks into it, in November, we did a class. Now, November was a big month, so we had convention in September, October, November. November was hello, Elena. November was a really big month, and it was a stressful month for me. And I started having a lot of heart irregularities, okay? And I was having multiple episodes per day. Well, in the first part of, that was in October, or no, that was in November. And then the end of November, we had a class on Copaiba, and Jade Baldwin talked about the fact that it was really helpful for the immune support. And she asked me openly on the live class what experiences I had had with Copaiba. Well, here was my experience, little to none, because every bottle of Copaiba that I had purchased, I had given away or sold to somebody else that had a greater need than I thought I then had, okay? I hadn't used it. And as she did that class, I had another bottle of Copaiba in a sack on my island for my son, who was living with somebody, another family, and having suffered an injury in wrestling, was in a lot of pain. And I wanted to give him my last bottle, my next last bottle of Copaiba to him, and he was not really receptive. But I had it in a sack on my island waiting to give to my son. And when Jade said that it helps the immune system, I thought, you know what? I'm going to start creating my own product experience of Copaiba. I took that bottle of Copaiba out of the sack and immediately put a couple of drops under my tongue, okay? Well, about 4 days later, I realized I had been using Copaiba morning and night, a couple of drops under my tongue, just for prevention, right? Just for prevention, to boost my immune system was my intent. Well, about 4 days later, my experience was that I had had no heart irregularities and irregular beats, or it was really my heart was beating really, really fast, and it would take my breath away, and it felt like my heart was in my throat, and it was really uncomfortable. And so I hadn't had any of those episodes in 4 days since I started putting Copaiba under my tongue. So then I went through the Diamonds and Above Facebook page to look for other people's product experiences. Well, this morning, in preparation to do this Facebook Live, I did that again, and it landed me to a Facebook page that had nothing but Copaiba testimonials. And so I'm going to go to that page that Dr. Andrew Goes. He's an emergency physician, and Dr. Go actually was going to do a live Facebook. Now, I will say that I haven't yet found the recording of that live Facebook, but he was going to do a live Facebook, and in response to that preparation, he asked for people to post their questions. So they started posting questions on the Diamonds and Above page, and then that led Ruth Go, his wife, to I'm going to set this phone down so I'm not so shaky. That led Ruth Go to creating a Facebook page just to talk about our experiences with Copaiba. I have been combing through this Facebook page for the past hour and a half. I've been opening up everything that was replied. I've been opening up those that were posted previously. I have been combing through this Facebook page for an hour and a half, so I'm not going to share with you everything I've read. But I will say that there have been some tremendous experiences, and I want to share a few of them, okay? The biggest things that I've noticed in coming through everybody's product testimonials with Copaiba is, number one, for some, they got an immediate response. For me, it took me 4 days to realize that in 4 days of using Copaiba under my tongue morning and night, The first day I used it at night with this class that Jade Baldwin was teaching. And what I found was that it was pretty immediate for me. I didn't recognize any heart irregularities in 4 days since I started taking it. That was my experience. So for some, they got an immediate benefit. The good majority of people that have used Copaiba did not get an immediate benefit. Some used it a time or two and said it doesn't work. And I had actually gifted, I had shared, I had sold, I had sampled all the Copaiba I had after convention for people that had specific concerns, and particularly concerns with the nervous system, that were actually using CBD oils and marijuana oils. And so I wanted to see if Copaiba could possibly be a replacement for what they were using, and they weren't patient enough. And so as I've combed through these product testimonials, what I found is that Copaiba is truly amazing, an amazing oil. And so that is why doTERRA has now put it in the soft gels. So a lot of people were using it topically. One gal did a whole video that she used it topically. She applied it on whatever part of her spine she could reach, and she tried to get it on her entire spine, wherever she could reach. And she recommended that if you have a family member that can rub it on your spine, have them rub it on your entire spine from top to bottom. And she noticed that it brought up a bunch of emotional garbage, okay? And she started feeling a lot of anger and a lot of frustration with her past experience with her mother. So then she added the oils of helichrysum and juniper berry topically on the same areas over her spine. She used it also on her elbows, okay, over the vessels on your elbows, okay, to get it right into her body. And she used it a couple other places, and now I'm forgetting where she used it. She used it 4 places, but mostly on the spine and over the arteries, okay, and over her chest. She used it over her chest, and she breathed it in. And so when she had that experience of all this emotional garbage coming up, she actually then reached for helichrysum and juniper berry. And she applied a drop of helichrysum and juniper berry in the palms of her hand and breathed it in deeply. And then she recommended on her video that you apply it along the spine and over the chest and the elbow creases as well, okay? And so she said, so if you have some emotional garbage coming up, to purge that from really disabling you, add the helichrysum and the juniper berry to the Copaiba, okay? So that was an interesting thing. There was many people that had been diagnosed with MS that were finding tremendous results with Copaiba, but it wasn't immediate. They were finding it after being consistent taking Copaiba internally for at least several days, and they were using it 2 to 3 times a day. So they found some really great results. I saw a lot of product testimonials with regards to the P word of pain. They were using it internally again or topically over the area of concern with some great results. But again, for the most part, they noticed immediate benefit, but not a discontinuation of the P word, okay? And so they took it for several days to get a real discontinuation of that pain, okay? So those with chronic discomfort, Copaiba is an option, and that's because it calms down the central nervous system. It calms down the nervous system and helps put it at rest and put it at peace. Now, anybody that has been in chronic pain for many years will notice that eventually the message doesn't get back to the brain to be calm and be at ease. And so the chronic pain continues, and the Copaiba shushes that, okay? I saw a lot of product testimonials on any kind of injuries that caused pain, any kind of headaches that caused tremendous pain, that actually rendered them useless and disabled for the day, where they went to bed because of this persistent, chronic, severe headache. And so people with that kind of issue, Copaiba is a great option for. I saw a great deal of responses with immune function. And again, I'm going to recommend it that way as well. So as they brought out the soft gels at convention, the idea was that yes, Copaiba can be used internal or can be used topically. It can be used in your diffuser, and it can be used aromatically. It can be used internally. And so the Copaiba soft gels were primarily, obviously, for internal use, for making it easy. Now, I put it under my tongue morning and night, and I don't notice that it has a big a taste. I use it in conjunction with frankincense morning and night, and I taste the frankincense, but I don't really taste the Copaiba. But many people have complained about the Copaiba tasting nasty, and so they're really grateful for the soft gels. But I want you to understand that doTERRA's initiative in putting out the soft gels is to get it internally, so that it affects all the body systems for which it is readily available for. The nervous system, the cardiovascular system, the respiratory system, the digestive system, and the skin. Okay, so Copaiba is overall an incredible oil, and I recommend that if you haven't used it already, I recommend that you getting some and pulling it out. Now, with regards to the availability of these soft gels, my recollection, this is one thing as I'm doing this live now that I forgot to look up and I meant to, my recollection is that it will be available November 1st for purchase in the soft gels. Okay, it's either November 1st or December 1st, but I'm pretty sure Copaiba soft gels are available November 1st, and Yarrow with the pomegranate oil is available December 1st. Okay, so look for those coming out, and I know doTERRA will let you aware of when they're available. Those of us who attended convention were able to purchase it in the convention kit at convention, and so those who attended convention live were able to do that. Okay, so here's what I want you to know. Get out your Copaiba. If you have not yet used it, it's a tremendous blessing for us. And I really believe that doTERRA's timing in bringing out Copaiba when it did was greatly inspired. There are people all around you that suffer from all kinds of issues. Oh, another thing I wanted to bring up is the emotional support of Copaiba. So in calming and quieting the nervous system, those people suffering from any kind of depression or anxiety, any seasonal disorders, those people are really highly affected, but it's not immediate. For emotional concerns, we see it over a course of 4 to 7 days, then they're starting to feel really leveled out and peaceful and calm. And so really take advantage of that internal use of the Copaiba. Now you can make it a daily part of your daily regimen. I'm going to recommend that you do. Okay, I have seen great benefit, and since November of last year, as I have taken the Copaiba morning and night, I have not suffered from the heart irregularities. Okay, so that's what I want you to hear, is that remember that these oils are cellular nutrition to help the body heal itself. Now, I have rubbed Copaiba over my skin because it's so good for the skin too. And so you can use it topically. You can use it aromatically. Breathe it in. If you need to be calmed down, breathe in the Copaiba, and you can breathe it in with some helichrysum and juniper berry for a really nice synergistic effect, okay? But at any rate, so let me see if there's anything else I want to, Oh my gosh, this was amazing. Okay, so for those those people who have a really excited nervous system, where they have the seizure disorders, or there was a gal on here that's posted a video, and she had a crippled hand since birth from a hypoxic episode in the womb. And she used Copaiba, and she noticed that hand started to relax, and though it was still not functioning properly and kind of tied together, she was able to move that index finger and do this, and it was a little bit stiff, but she was able to move all of the fingers a little bit and move those fingers. So anybody that's had those hypoxic episodes in the womb, that have the crippled leg or the crippled arm or the hand, please offer them some Copaiba. If you must give it away, give it away. But you've got to follow up with them. They've got to be consistent. They've got to use it at least morning and night. Some use it 3 times a day for these specific concerns. But use it morning and night to just relax that tightening and constricture that came from birth. Anybody that has had a stroke, that has had some brain damage, that has any crippling effect, relax that central nervous system so that it can actually communicate again. You are in for an incredible treat with Copaiba. We're not using it to its fair. And so I hope, yes, I've made some probably non-compliant claims. I'm quoting testimonials of personal experiences with their specific diagnoses and how they have benefited from Copaiba. So I hope you get the dose of this, the great benefit of this oil, and I hope you'll get some and use it. And again, the Copaiba oil is available 1 bottle per account, so you cannot save it in your cart. You've got to put it in your cart and then process your order immediately. And the Copaiba soft gels will be available along about November 1st, okay? So, there's some more testimonials here about difficulty with respiration, with breathing issues, any kind of breathing issues, whether it be a sick or a continual stricture, whether it be an exercise induce or a seasonal inducement, or they're breathing pollens and whatnot, that really loosens the tightness and helps open up their airways, putting the Copaiba on their chest and taking it internally. What else do we have here? Teenagers and children having a lot of anxiety, a lot of not only anxiety, but also inability to focus, inability to really pay attention, really active, inability to control their physical activity. They're benefiting greatly by Copaiba, okay? And so, anyway, let's see, what else do I have? It's worth coming. I will post this Facebook page on my Creating a Healer in Every Home. I will add it in the comments of that posting that I have about the Copaiba, and you can come through it yourself, okay? So have an incredible day. I want you to know that doTERRA's got your back. And all of the new products, I'll go through them one by one over the coming days. I'll try to do a Facebook Live most every day this week. All the new products that we received are heaven sent and incredibly inspired. So enjoy the benefits, and you can mix them together. As I was reading about pink pepper and turmeric and yarrow this morning. Oh, I wanted to bring up, in the fall edition of the doTERRA Living magazine, now I just got this after Thursday. It came Friday or Saturday this week. I think it came on Friday in the mail. And we talked about the new products on Thursday in convention. And here we have the doTERRA Living magazine with highlights on all the new oils. And so as you comb through this, you're going to read all the new products about the On Guard mouthwash, which I have loved, loved, loved. I woke up this morning with a little bit of a sore throat, and it was magnificent. I just gargled with the On Guard, and it was magnificent. So here on the opening page, Dr. Hill, he talks about all the new oils, including the Copaiba soft gels that we're talking about today. And then he goes into one by one a little more detail about each of those new oils. And so you can read about pink pepper, green mandarin. Oh my gosh, this is such an awesome issue. I'm actually picking up 20 of these as I go work at a health fair today. And then it goes through all of the new, here's the article on Copaiba soft gels. Okay, a 2-page spread on Copaiba soft gels. And so pull out your fall edition, 2018 fall edition of the doTERRA Living magazine, and really enjoy thumbing through that. Here's some great uses of turmeric, and I am so excited about turmeric and yarrow. As I have studied these this morning and read in this doTERRA Living magazine, I will say that, oh my goodness, those of you who have been following my mother's accident, and that's been really a hard thing for our family over the last month. Got to watch my emotions here. But these new oils are heaven sent. And I sent home a convention pack with my sister to use on my mom. And again, the doctors are saying nothing right now. We're in such a critical stage that we want to make sure we're on the right path to getting her well. And so they're not allowing us to use any oils. And I talked to her about it on the phone the other day, and she was, Debbie, they've asked me not to take anything. They even took away my Lifelong Vitality Pack. But anyway, these oils are heaven sent, and there's so many fabulous oils that came out in convention that are so good for the body and so good for the skin and healing the injuries that my mother has been working with for the past month. And I'm really, really excited to get these on her body and in her body. And most of them can be used internally, and so she can take them internally, and we don't have to apply them to the wound directly, but know that internal healing is happening. So enjoy this article. This doTERRA Living magazine is a library edition. You will never want to take that off your library shelf. So have a fantastic day, and bye-bye for now.